In this video, we will take you to the time where mathematics originated. Welcome to the history of mathematics. Hello everyone, I'm Rivermaika Melandres.
I'm Dominic Caro.
And I'm Paul Robert Liquid.
And welcome to
MATHED Talk.
Today, we would like to talk about the history of mathematics and will give you a quick tally of important developments introduced throughout the ages. Mathematics. Mathematics is the science of numbers. To be precise, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines mathematics as the science of numbers and their operations, interrelations, combinations, generalizations, abstractions, and of space configurations and their structure, measurement, and transformations. There are several branches of mathematical science, which include algebra, geometry, and calculus. Mathematics is not an invention. Discoveries and laws of science are not considered inventions, since inventions are material things and processes. However, there is a history of mathematics, a relationship between mathematics and inventions, and mathematical instruments themselves are considered inventions. According to the book Mathematical Thought from Ancient to Modern Times, mathematics as an organized science did not exist until the classical Greek period from 600 to 300 BC. Now, let us have here Mr. Paul Robert and Mr. Dominic to give you a quick tally of important developments introduced throughout the ages.
Abacus, accounting, algebra, Archimedes, differential, and graph are some important developments introduced throughout the ages. First is abacus. It is one of the first tools for counting invented. The abacus was invented around 1200 BC in China and was used in many ancient civilizations including Persia and Egypt. Next is accounting. It is the innovative Italian of Renaissance, 14th through 16th century, are widely acknowledged to be fathers of modern accounting. Next is algebra. The first treatise on algebra was written by Diopantus of Alexandria in the 3rd century BC. Algebra comes from the Arabic word aljabar, an ancient medical term meaning the reunion of broken parts. Al-Khawarizmi is another early algebra scholar and was the first to teach the formal discipline. Next is Archimedes. Archimedes was a mathematician and inventor from ancient Greece, best known for his discovery of the relationship between the surface and the volume of a sphere and its circumscribing cylinder, for his formulation of a hydrostatic principle, also known as Archimedes' principles, and for inventing the Archimedes screw, which is a device for rising water. Next is differential. Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz in 1646 to 1716 was a German philosopher, mathematician, and logician who is probably most well known for having invented differential and integral calculus. He did this independently of Sir Isaac Newton. And the last one is graph. A graph is a pictorial representation of statistical data or of a functional relationship between variables. William Playfair, 1759 to 1823, is generally viewed as the inventor of most graphical forms used to display data, including line plots, the bar charts, and the pie chart.
Math symbol, Pythagoreanism, protractor, slide ruler, and zero are also some important development introduced throughout the age. math symbol. In 1557, the equal sign was first used by Robert Record. In 1631 came the greater than sign. And Pythagoreanism. Pythagoreanism is a school of philosophy and a religious brotherhood believed to have been founded by Pythagoras of Samos, who settled in Croton in southern Italy about 525 BC. The group of a profound effect on the development of mathematics. Protractor. The simple protractor is an ancient device as an measurement used to construct and measure plane angle. The simple protractor looked like a semicircular disc marked with degrees, beginning with 0 degree to 80 degree. The first complex protractor was created for plotting the position of boat on navigation charts, called a three-arm protractor or station pointer. It was invented in 1801 by Joseph Hubbard, a U.S. naval captain. The center arm is fixed, with the outer two are rotatable and capable of being set and any angle relative to the center one. Slide rulers. Circular and rectangular slide ruler, an instrument used for mathematical calculation, were both invented by mathematician William Oughtred. Zero was invented by the Hindu mathematician Aryabhata and Paramihara in India around or short after the year 520 AD.
The history of mathematics is nearly as old as humanity itself. Since antiquity, mathematics has been fundamental to advances in science, engineering, and philosophy. It has evolved from simple counting, measurement and calculation, and the systematic study of the shapes and motions of physical objects through the application of abstraction, imagination, and logic, to the broad, complex, and often abstract discipline we know today.
From the notebone of early man to the mathematical advances brought about by saddle agriculture in Mesopotamia and Egypt, and the revolutionary developments of ancient Greece and its Hellenistic empire, the story of mathematics is a long and impressive one.
The East carried on the baton, particularly China, India, and the medieval Islamic Empire, before the focus of mathematical innovation moved back to Europe in the late Middle Age and Renaissance. Then, a whole new series of revolutionary developments occurred in 17th century and 18th century Europe, setting that stage for the increasing complexity and abstraction of 19th century mathematics, and finally, the audacious and sometimes devastating discoveries of the 20th century.
Now, let me introduce you to some of the mathematicians who made part of this history. The fathers of mathematics. Pythagoras, 570 to 495 BC, was credited with many mathematical discoveries, including the Pythagorean theorem, the 5 regular solids, the sphericality of the earth, and the identity of the morning and evening stars as the planet Venus. Archimedes, 287 to 212 BC, is best known for his discovery of the relation between the surface and volume of a sphere and its circumscribing cylinder. He is also celebrated by the story that he determined the proportion of gold and silver in a wreath made for Heron by weighing it in water. While this could be true, the story that describes him leaping from his bath and running naked through the streets shouting, "I have found it," is probably a colorful myth.
The Age of Exploration. Johannes Kepler, 1571 to 1630, a mathematics teacher in Austria, was the first to state that orbits of planets were not circular around the Sun, but elliptical. His observation: when viewed from above the Sun's north pole, all planets orbit in a counterclockwise direction within ecliptic plane. Next is Pierre de Fermat, 1607 to 1665, was a French mathematician known for his pioneering work on infinitesimal calculus, and his paper Methodus ad disquirendum maximum et minimum, published in Latin in 1636, includes the concept of adequality, a tool to calculate maxima and minima in calculus. He is most famous for his last theorem, which was finally proven in 1993 by Andrew Wiles of Princeton University. Next is Isaac Newton, 1643 to 1727, was inspired to investigate the laws of motion and gravity while sitting under an apple tree. In his seminal 3-volume, Mathematical Principles of Natural Philosophy, 1687, Newton explained the movement of planets and objects. His calculation analyzed the motion of bodies, and his theory of gravitational attraction explained the movement of tides, projectiles, and pendulums, as well as the orbits of planets and comets. An Italian mathematician, Jacopo Riccati, 1676 to 1754, made Newton's work known in Italy, and is best remembered for the differential equation that bears his name.
The Innovative Era. Charles Babbage, 1791 to 1871, is widely regarded as the father of computing based on his invention of difference engine, a mechanical calculator able to process complex calculation in moments. He also developed the concept of analytical engine or thinking machine in association with Ada Lovelace, which would respond. William Rowan Hamilton, 1805 to 1865, is famous for invention of a mathematical puzzle called the Icosian game, as well as his pioneering work on quantum mechanics, which has been celebrated in a commemorative silver euro coin issued by the Irish Central Bank. Hamilton works able future mathematician to better understand three-dimensional geometry. Hamilton's contribution are also heralded by the new Institute of Mathematics at Trinity College, Dublin, making a 200th anniversary of his birth. James Maxwell, 1831 to 1879, published a dynamical theory of electromagnetic field in 1865, in which he stated four equations that govern electromagnetism. He assembled established experimental laws, include Faraday's and Ampere, and unified them into a set of equations that bore his name. Maxwell also concluded that electromagnetic wave and visible light are the same things.
You've reached the end episode of our MATHED Talk. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe us to our YouTube channel and see you in the next episode.